All right. Okay, someone has put reminder. So, meanwhile, okay, thank you. Asta. So, meanwhile, we will, what we shall do is, we shall, one has put, did I give any homework?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, I told you about the quiz. All right. So all of you know about the quiz, right? I'll again repeat. The quiz syllabus is, uh, you know, yes, the whatever we are discussing in the class, that complete a syllabus, that is part of the complete syllabus. So I'd recommend all of you to once go through the recordings as well. All the recordings, I have shared some of them. I'll share today the remaining of them. And they are also available on the YouTube. So when you go to our channel, Srijan ISKCON, you'll be able to find that as well. And second, the PPTs that I have used for, in these sessions, I'll be sharing those PPTs in the form of small videos. So that also you can use for your reference. So these will be the uh, kind of syllabus for the quiz, so you can go through them nicely and prepare for it, right? And the quiz is going to be, I'm expecting it to be around a little longer, because on that day we won't have any class, so you can prepare mentally as well as physically, because I'm hoping that there will be around 30 questions, right? So it will be a Kahoot, but it will be a long Kahoot. So you can be a little prepared for that. All right. So now we will
So
start.
how many questions will be there?
So I'm right now thinking to keep around 30 questions. Okay. And it should 45 to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, the whole quiz. So it will be a little lengthy. So please be prepared for that. But if you have prepared well, then you will feel it, fun. So it's all up to your preparation, right?
Sir, will
All
it be
right.
a morning session or evening session?
So that is Sunday. So all of you can join on in the morning. It would be better, because in the evening we generally get a little tired. So in the morning, all of you will be fresh. Your minds will be fresh. Okay. So we'll have it around the same time, 10:30 or 11. Let me see which time is more suitable. Which time is more suitable for all of you? 10:30 or 11?
So 11 is fine.
11.
Okay, most of you are saying 11. So we'll keep it around 11 to maybe 12:30 or something like that. All right, Ruby has also joined. So we will quickly go to our prayers and we'll start. So yeah. Please repeat. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya
Om
Jnanatimirandhasya
Jnananjana
Jnananjalakaya
Chakshurunmilitam Yena
Chakshurunmilitam yena
Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha.
Hare Krishna. Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Jai
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Gadadhara
Gadadhara
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Srivasadi
Srivasadi
Gaura
Gaura
Bhaktivinoda
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Rama Rama
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare. Okay, we'll say it together. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare
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 Rama,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Seems like today cold is a bit more. So all of you are taking care of yourself. So please take care. It's the cold is increasing day by day. Yeah. So we will let me quickly start screen sharing. So first of all, let me recap what we had discussed yesterday before starting what today. So yesterday we had discussed about yoga. So most prominently, or in fact, the whole class we discussed about yoga, the types of yoga, what is the benefit of yoga, and then we had a lot of questions and answers regarding different types of yoga, right? So, and we also saw the difference between tapasvi and karmi and jnani and a tapasya yogi, or and a jnana yogi and a karma yogi. So what I would do is I want to hear from all of you before starting what whatever we had discussed. So maybe one point all of you can share, right? One point all of you can share, say what you have learned about from the last class. Keep it to the last class, and okay, so we'll have a revision as well in that way. So first of all, I see Daksh raising his hand.
Sir, we have done the stages of yoga. There were 8 stages. First, the does and don'ts. Second,
Mhm.
asanas. And third, I can't remember. And the fourth was pranayama.
Yes, so first was the yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, and pratyahar, dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. These are the 8 stages of Ashtanga yoga, right? So yoga is kind of a bigger, broader term. In that, out of yoga, one type of yoga is Ashtanga yoga, and in
Sir?
Ashtanga yoga, these are the steps or levels or stages. Good.
Sir,
Okay. Yes, Kartikeya?
can you again tell me the 8 types of yogas?
Okay, I'll write that in the chat. Okay.
Thank you,
So
sir.
that all. Yes, Bhuvi. Meanwhile, you can tell your point.
Yes, sir. So you told us that that meaning of yoga, yog means add or connect, and yoga means to connect with the Supreme Personality. And the real process of yoga is means to connect with the goal of God. So uh, there is the Brahma, the Vaishya karma yoga, the Brahma, Vaishya, and Shudra, sir. And so we also learned about the Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means the one who loves Bhagwan. And Ashtanga Yogi meditates on a super soul, and Jnana Yogi realizes soul.
Okay. Yes, so you summarized. Okay. Next, Sai. Thank you, Bhumi. So we'll hear from
Yes, sir.
everyone.
Sir, yoga is defined as the linking to the supreme absolute truth. Yoga can be classified into 4 types as per Bhagavad Gita: Nishkama Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, and Bhakta Yoga. In Ashtanga Yoga, there are 8 stages of yogas. Those are Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi. The yogi means the one who is greater than empiricist, fruitive worker, and ascetic. The bhakti yogi is the best of all the yogis. Bhakta yoga means to completely surrender and accept the supremacy of Krishna. This is what we'll understand.
Good. Nice. Thank you. Okay, Vihan.
Prabhuji, I know the 7th and 8th point of
Yes.
yoga. That are dhyana and samadhi. The
7th and
7th
8th
is
point,
dhyana and the
Mhm.
8th is samadhi.
That is part of, again, some of you are confusing it. So it's not the stages of yoga, it's the stages of Ashtanga yoga, right? So that is a difference. There is a difference. Yoga actually has different ways of doing, 4 different ways: karma yoga, jnana yoga, Ashtanga yoga, and bhakti yoga. And out of that, Ashtanga yoga, that there are 8 stages. That is yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and these all, right? So when you say it stages, so that is for Ashtanga yoga. Okay. So I think that was a confusion with some of you. All right. Okay. Thank you. Who else is remaining? Others also, I'd love to hear from all of you. Any one point? Okay, Shruvi.
Sir, can you?
Yes,
I
Bhumi,
have
I'll
doubts.
come back to you. Okay, you have a doubt. Okay, I'll come to your doubt side. So let's hear from everyone.
Yes, sir. Yesterday we learned what is yoga, that is connecting to the God. There are 4 varnas: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana is the one who serves the Lord and knows that the Krishna is the supreme personality. Kshatriya is the person who gives protection to the kingdom, and Vaishya are businessmen or who trade. Shudra are the workers. So there are 4 types of yogis. Karma yogi does his work and offers the fruit to God. Jnana yogi reads to reach to know about the super soul. Ashtang yogi meditates on the super soul, and bhakta yogi loves Lord. There are 8 stages of Ashtang yoga: Yama, do's; Niyama, don'ts; Asana, bodily exercises; Pranayam, breathing exercises; Pratyahar, self-control; Dharana, meditating on Lord's form; Dhyana, meditating on Lord's limb; Samadhi, highest point for a Ashtang yogi, which is remembering Lord for how much ever time he can.
Yes, good. Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Kartikeya?
can you write the Kshatriya and the other parts of Karma Yoga? Oh, can you also write that in the chat?
Okay, I'll write it down. Okay, Soham has also joined. So we discussed about the types of yoga, and we are having a review of what we had discussed yesterday. So you can hear. Okay. Who else is remaining?
Sir, I was out the whole day yesterday, so today I'll see the recording after the class.
Okay, Asta was not there. All right. So Kartikeya, you want to speak something?
Sir, yoga is a way to connect with God by doing bodily exercises and meditating on God.
Yes. Okay. So I guess all of you are now aware of the term yoga. So now there is no confusion, right? So yoga not only means physical exercises, but it also means includes other forms of yogas as well, like like Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. Right. So I've just right now shared 8 stages of Ashtanga Yogi. So I'm also writing down the 4 categories of Karma Yogi. So first is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and fourth is Shudra. So these are the 4 categories of Karma Yogi. Right. So yeah, thank you all for your conclusions. Now, since we already know about different types of yoga, different stages in different types of yoga, and the meaning of yoga, so I think we are good to start Bhakti Yoga in detail, right? So today I'll try to focus more on the aspects of Bhakti Yoga, right? So we saw last the sloka, this one. Yoginam api sarvesam madpraterantaratmana Shraddhavan bhajate yomam same yukta tamamata. Okay, I forgot to give you this shloka, so some of you can take the screenshot now and share in the group. So this was I had to give to you yesterday for remembering. So please take it today and take it as a homework. So anyone is taking the screenshot? Let me know once anyone has taken. Okay.
Sir, I've
So, all
Sir,
right.
I sent in the group.
Okay, thank you. One more shloka, this one also, 6.46. So take for this as well and share it. And this is also homework
Sir,
for all
what
of
was
you.
the number of the first shloka?
That was 6.47 and this is 6.46. So 2 most important shlokas of chapter 6.
Sir, I have a small confusion in the syllabus you told us. So you said the
Yes.
shlokas that you will be doing in the class, but not giving
Mhm.
it for the homework, sir. Sir, I couldn't understand that thing.
There are some shlokas, Bhumi, which are there, which I have just taught in the class, not given as homework. Or maybe I couldn't even teach, but I have just highlighted it. So for example, in the PPT, you'll find it.
Sir,
In the
Sir, I
PPT,
sent in the
okay, thank you. So in the PPT, you'll find it, Bhumi, just like, okay, where I have, I think here it is. It should be here. So there are some shlokas in this PPT that I am going to share. There are a lot of shlokas actually. So all I haven't done in the second chapter as well. If you look at this PPT, you'll find there are many more shlokas like this. Sukha dukhe samakritva lava lava jaya jayo tato yuddha yujyasya naivam papam avapshyasi. This is one also shloka that I'll be sharing the PPT, so you'll have it. Don't worry. So some things I haven't taught you in the class because they are very related, very much the concepts I have already told you earlier. So I'm expecting that you will understand it. So that is when I share the PPT, you can go through it. Okay, that is what I meant by. So yeah, so I think I stopped at this point. That the dhyana yoga is impractical, right? And this dhyana yoga is actually impractical, and that is why one has to we will now understand that why it's bhakti yoga is most practical for this age of Kali Yuga, right? Again, dhyana yoga is why it is mentioned, why it is being taught, because it is definitely a way of knowing God. But in today's world, in today's age, it's very, very difficult, almost impossible, right? So that is why we'll. So now, okay. There are a few more things I think I need to cover. All right. So there are a lot of things. Okay. So let me go in order. All right. So yes. So let me go in order. I'm just coming a little back, and I'm trying to finish this everything that is mentioned in this PPT. So we discussed about. I'm coming to this point again back, that the dhyana yoga is actually not practical to be done. So what does Krishna recommend, right? What does Krishna recommend? Actually, whenever we are practicing this in any form of yoga, you'll see that we become continuously disturbed. We are not able to focus our concentration on whatever we are doing. Just like right now also, we are listening to this session, but many times you will see that we become distracted. What is happening around me, or who is coming there, who what is there in the kitchen, what is mother cooking, there is some smell coming. So all of these disturbances are there. We are not able to focus completely on the yoga process of yoga, and it's actually very, very difficult. So Krishna is giving a solution. What is the solution? So we'll see this in the shloka. So we'll recite the shloka, bring the mind back. So let's recite Bhagavad Gita 6.26. Yato yato nishalati manasyanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamayetad atmani eva vasam nayet yato nishalati manasyanchalam asthiram tatastato niyamyetad atmani eva vasam nayet yato yato nischalati
यतो निश्चलति
manaschanchalam asthiram
मनश्चञ्चलमस्थिरं
tatastato niyamaytad
ततस्ततो नियम्यतात्
atmani eva vasamnayet.
आत्मनेव वसम्मयेत्।
Yes, we'll see the meaning and translation of this shloka. This is Bhagavad Gita 6.26. So, someone can read translation? Would like to read? Okay, Vihan, please read.
From translation, from wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of the self.
So what is Krishna saying? Just very interesting. So Krishna is actually not denying the fact that yes, the mind wanders. The very nature of mind is, that it will become disturbed. Just like, have any of you seen a monkey? How many have seen a monkey? Right? Have you, okay, you have all of you, most of you have seen a monkey. So now tell me, how long can a monkey sit very calm and peaceful at one place?
Sir, hardly 2 seconds, 3 seconds.
Sir, only 5 seconds. More than 5, it's a record.
Sir, hardly 5 minutes.
Sir,
5 minutes or
10 minutes. No, sir,
Even-
barely any time.
I think even for 2 seconds, some of you said he cannot sit still. He will do like this. He'll do like this. He'll do khujli here or he'll do khujli here, and then he'll jump up and down. And
Ramaji,
the
second.
Khujli,
yes,
khujli.
and the just one time he can be focused. At this time he is eating, right? Apart from that, he cannot be focused. So similarly, our mind is actually like a monkey. So our mind is
Sir,
actually
my
compared
father told this to me. Our mind is a monkey. My father told this to me.
Yes, that is a fact. So Kartik is also giving a testament. So yes, actually our mind is like a monkey. And now tell me, so now it's a monkey, it's a proven fact. So now tell me, how should we control it? How should we? So we should go to learn from the person who handles the monkey. So what does the monkey handler of the monkey do? You have seen someone who sometimes in earlier times what used to happen, the monkeys used to they used to bring the monkey to do some gymnastics. The monkey would jump up and down and he'd collect money out of it. So and he would keep a what you can say
Sir, a noose
patta. What do you call in English? Kind of a band on his neck, and that would be connected to a thread to his hand. Whenever the monkey would do something something bad or something he doesn't want, so he would pull that thread with his hand, and the monkey will again come back to his position, right? So that is how the monkey is handled. Similarly, our mind is which is also like a monkey. It should be handled also in the same manner. So what we should do, what Krishna is also here saying, wherever the mind wanders due to its flickering and unsteady nature, one must certainly withdraw it and bring it back under the control of itself. So whenever the monkey is going away, you again pull the thread, and again it will sit down. How long will you have to do it?
Sir, 1 hour.
Just 1 hour. How long the monkey will keep on jumping away and going doing everything?
Forever. Sir, forever. Except nights.
Forever. Yeah, except when he is eating and sleeping. So so the mind, but actually the mind never sleeps also. It is kind of a monkey which never sleeps. Even in your dreams, do you feel that when you're sleeping you are having dreams and the mind is still active? So mind never sleeps. It's a kind of a special monkey.
Sir, it's a fact that minds are more active at night.
Mind is more active at night. You're correct. So mind, actually, when every body part is relaxed, the mind gets all the energy to dream and do all sort of
Sir,
things, think and
The
all.
heart also never relaxes.
Yes, the heart also never relaxes. If it relaxes, then we'll also relax forever. So yes, so the mind actually so till when time we'll have to bring the mind back? Forever. Till the time we have this body, we'll have to bring the mind always back. So that is what Krishna is telling here, right? Okay, coming back. So now we understand that yes, mind is always unsteady and we have to bring it back always. And then Krishna actually tells another shloka that yes, you bring the mind back, but what you should do, okay, you're bringing the monkey back, but you want the monkey to do something nice. You want the monkey to do some gymnastics so that he can uh, please the people and people can give money. Similarly, our mind, although we don't want the mind to do some gymnastics, but we want the mind to do something positive. So what is that positive thing? That is, see me in everything, see everything in me. That means we should try to see Krishna everywhere, wherever we see, right? So and similarly, we should see everything is there in Krishna, right? So we'll read this shloka. Yo mam is Bhagavad Gita 6.30. Yo mam pashyati, sorry, yo mam, is this right?
Yo ma.
Pashyati sarvatra
Pashyati
sarvam cha
Sarvam
mai pashyati
Pashyati
tasyaham na
tasyaham na
pranashyami
pranashyami
sa cha me na pranashyati
pranashyati
yo mam pashyati sarvatra
Pashyati
pashyati sarvatra
sarvam cha
sarvam cha
mai pashyati
mai pashyati
tasyaham na
tasyaham na
pranashyami
pranashyami
sa cha me na
sachamena
pranashyati
pranashyati
yo mam pashyati sarvatra
yomam pashyati sarvatra
sarvam cha mai pashyati
sarvam chamai pashyati
tasyaham na pranashyami
Tasyaham
tasyaham pranashyami
sa cha me na pranashyati.
Satyamena pranashyati.
Yes, you see, this picture, what is it showing? The eyes are looking at the beautiful form of Krishna, Radha Gopinath. So let's go to the meaning.
Sir, may I read the translation?
So can I read?
Okay, let me first go. Yes, who wants to read? Please raise hands.
So can I read?
Sir,
Okay,
may
many hands. Okay, I'll give chance to everyone. Don't worry. So who has not yet got chance to speak? Soham, I think. Yes, Soham.
Yes, sir.
Can you read?
Yes, sir. For one who sees me everywhere and sees me everything in me. I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
Yes. So one who sees me everywhere and sees everything in me. I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. That means uh, Krishna is, personally here declaring that, whom do I always remember? See, Krishna always remembers everyone, no one is, ever forgotten by Krishna, because all of us are children of Krishna. So he always remembers all of us and always is taking care of all of us. We may not be seeing him and we may not be even remembering him, but we must understand that, God is always there for us and is always taking care of us. He's always guiding us. So similarly, Krishna is saying that, but he likes someone who also remembers him. So that is what is the meaning here. One who sees me in everything and sees everything in me. It's a paradox, isn't it? So right now we are in this house, but is the house in myself? Can I say? It's no, we
No,
cannot say
sir.
all of you are in
No,
your
sir.
house, but if I say that house is in you, it's not practical. But Krishna is here saying that I am in everything, and everything is also in me. So how to understand this?
Sir, that you cannot see me, but if you do the 8 stages of the yoga, then you can see me.
Okay.
8 stages of Ashtanga yoga.
Okay. So all of you have become expert in yoga now. So okay, so that is the whole purpose of yoga, to see Krishna. But my question is different. That why, how Krishna is saying that he is in everything. That means just like if I say this house, Krishna is in this house. And now Krishna is saying that everything is in me. That means this house is also in Krishna. So how to understand this? Isn't it a paradox?
In everything, Krishna is there because Krishna, we cannot see Krishna, but we know that Krishna is there in every living and non-living being, and every non-living being and living being also exists in Krishna because everything is created by Krishna.
Yes. So philosophically, Asta is correct. If I give you more examples, right? So I'll give you one example. Okay, I'll tell you one story, just to make you understand this. How many of you know Parikshit Maharaj?
Sir, can you say again?
Parikshit Maharaj. Maharaj Parikshit. Some of you know. Asta, Rihan, Sai, Srinivas, and Dhruv. Okay, who was he? Anyone can tell? Okay, Sai.
Sir, he was the son of Abhimanyu. And
He
he
was the
was the
son
king of Hastinapura after Yudhishthira.
He became the king of Hastinapur. He became the emperor of the whole world after Yudhishthira left. So he was the grandson of Arjuna, actually. A very, very great personality. So this is a story of Parikshit Maharaj. But this is the time when Parikshit Maharaj was actually in his mother's womb. That means his mother's name was Uttara. He was Abhimanyu's and Uttara's son. And actually, all of us know that Abhimanyu was killed in the battle of Kurukshetra. When the battle was going on, Abhimanyu was killed. And these Pandavas, they had no one. Even the five sons of Pandavas, they were also killed by Ashwatthama. So, okay. So, anyways, we'll hear it. So, at that time, what happened? This is the time when Kurukshetra war has just now ended, and Duryodhana had, been kind of Bhima
Sir.
has broke. Yes.
I have a question. In the end, did all the Pandavas die?
No, they go to, yes, they leave the body. If you mean by do they leave the
Sir, they
body?
go
Yes,
to
they
heaven.
leave. They
So
leave
they
the
travel
body.
to heaven.
Yes, and they not in the end of the war. Everyone has to leave the body, except there are some Chiranjeevis.
Sir, after the end of Dwaraka, they also left their bodies.
Yes, when Krishna actually left the world, he went back to the spiritual world. They were great devotees of Krishna, so they could not live without Krishna. So that is why they also went to Himalayas, and then thereon, in the way they left their bodies. Okay, coming back to the story. So this was just now the Kurukshetra war has ended, and Bhima has broken the back of Duryodhana, and Duryodhana was almost he was not yet dead. He was still in a lot of pain, but he was alive. And at that time, Ashwathama actually comes to Duryodhana, and he tells Ashwathama had somehow gone somewhere else, and he was not there in the war for some time, I guess. But when he comes back, he says that Duryodhana, if I were there in the war, I would have made you victorious. I'm so sorry to see you in this such a state. So Duryodhana actually chastises Ashwathama and then says, okay, if you think that you are loyal to me, so what you do, you go and kill the Pandavas. I make you the commander-in-chief of my army. Until I am dead, this war is not over. So
Sir,
just try to understand. Yes?
I think I know this story.
Okay. So
So how
even
did
though
Krishna leave his spiritual form? I mean, sir, the human form.
Krishna was not in a human form.
He was
When God
killed
comes,
by a... Sir, I know. He was killed
Well,
by a hunter.
who was a Bali
see,
in his previous birth, sir, to take his
there are
revenge for Ram.
yes. So all of these are definitely folk tales that we hear, but actually, if we understand, that is a different story altogether. Let me come back to that, but let me first finish this story. So coming back to this story. Yeah. So this Ashwathama actually, then he goes and kills the 5 sons of Pandavas. And now the Pandavas did not have any heir. Heir to the throne, that means someone who can come and rule next. So all the 5 sons of Pandavas were killed, and then there was only one progeny that was left, but that was not yet born. That was Parikshit Maharaj. And that Parikshit Maharaj was in the womb of Abhimanyu's wife Uttara. And then what happened? Ashwathama vowed that now I will kill him also, and I'll kind of make this Pandavas without any progeny, and there will be no king after them. So what he did, he was actually very, very powerful. He's one of the Chiranjeevis as well. He had a boon that he will live, he'll never die, until this creation is there. So he's still there. So then he kind of he also had Brahmastra, because whose son he was? The son of
Dronacharya.
Dronacharya, the teacher of Arjuna. And he had learned from his, although he was not qualified, because Brahmastra is not held by someone who is very, very weak-hearted, because Brahmastra is a weapon which can create havoc. It can uh, just annihilate the whole universe. That much powerful Brahmastra. Just like to now, if you want to understand the power of Brahmastra, you can think of it as nuclear weapon. A nuclear weapon, based on the quantity of nuclear warhead or nuclear material that you use, it can just completely destroy the whole earth as well. Yeah. So
Sir, with a blast or with water?
So with a blast, it can destroy. It creates so much heat that everything is burned. That is the power of Brahmastra. So you must have seen the nuclear explosion in Nagasaki and Hiroshima. That was just a small bomb that was dropped, And right now the amount of nuclear weapon that is there in this world, it can annihilate the whole earth and many more earths. Yes.
The largest and strongest nuclear bomb was the Tsar bomb, which means in Soviet. It means Tsar
Yeah.
bomb.
Yes. So there are many such. So Brahmastra is kind of even more subtler and more powerful version of these nuclear weapons. So he knew he had the Brahmastras, and he threw that Brahmastra in the womb of Uttara. So see, Brahmastra is a very, very advanced weapon. It is not. It doesn't only destroy the whole universe. It can kill one specific person also. So it was so powerful that it could have killed Parikshit Maharaj, who was there in the womb of Uttara, without affecting Uttara. So that is also one of the powers of Brahmastra. So when he threw, and he threw actually two Brahmastras. One he threw in the womb of to kill the Parikshit in the womb of Uttara, and second he threw on the Pandavas, because there was also actually the Pandavas are also chasing this Aswathama, because he had already killed the sons of Pandavas. So at that time there were two Brahmastras that was coming, one at the Pandavas and the second was coming at the Uttara's womb. So at that time Krishna was there. So Arjuna also had the Brahmastra. He could have also shot Brahmastra, but he knew that if I shot Brahmastra, this whole universe will collapse. So he prayed to Krishna at that time that, oh Krishna, I know that you are, supreme personality of Godhead, and you have the power to, you have the power to remove this effect of the Brahmastra. So please, I pray to you that protect us. You protect us also, and you protect the boy or the son or the child who is there in the womb of Uttara as well. So Krishna at that time, what he does, he was outside also. He was present with Arjuna and all the Pandavas, and at the same time he entered in a subtle form in the womb of Uttara. And he entered the womb of Uttara, and then the Brahmastra was coming, and he started to circumambulate the child Parikshit which was there in the womb. He was so fastly moving around the child that the Brahmastra could not affect the baby which was there in the womb, and the effect of that Brahmastra was nullified. And then again outside he tells Arjuna that now you shoot the Brahmastra yourself also and nullify the effect of Ashwathama's another Brahmastra. So in that way both these Brahmastras were nullified, right? So why I told you this story was that actually Krishna, when he is present somewhere, it doesn't mean that he cannot be present some other place. So right now I am present here, but I cannot be somewhere else. Say someone comes to my gate, then I'll have to stop the my video and go back and open the door. But Krishna doesn't have to do that. He can be here as well as he can be there as well. So that is how Krishna,
like
when he sees, not like a ghost. That is a power actually. And even ghost cannot be present twice, two places, at two places in one time. Yes, they can be invisible and go to one place to another, but ghosts also don't have that. That is actually there is a specific Sanskrit term for this siddhi. I don't remember it. Okay, so that is how we can understand this shloka, that when Krishna says that he is present in everything, and also he is present, everything is present in him, right? So yes. So this was the second shloka. Now we'll see two more shlokas. These are also very, very famous shlokas. Okay. So again, we'll recite this shloka. We'll recite quickly now because we have less time. Chanchal, this is Bhagavad Gita 6.34. Chanchalam hi
Chanchalam hi
mana Krishna
Mana Krishna
Pramati
Pramadhi
Balavadridam
Balavadridram
Tashyaham
Tasyaham
Nigraham Manye
Nigraham Manye
Vayur Eva
Vayureva
Sudushkaram
Saduskaram
Chanchalam hi mana Krishna
Chanchalam hi Mana Krishna
Pramati Balavadridam
Pramati Balavadridam
Tasyaham Nigraham Manye
Tasyaham Nigraham Manye
Vayur Eva Sudushkaram.
Suduskaram
So very simple meaning. I'll tell you the meaning. Chanchalam hi manha Krishna. This is being said by Arjuna. He's saying Chanchalam. Chanchal means very, very naughty. Is hi manha Krishna. This mind is very, very naughty. Pramati Balavadrida. Just like a child, you see that a child, he is not, doing a lot of mischiefs and, is never silent. So that is the nature of mind. Pramati Balavadridam. Pramati means very, very powerful. Sorry, Balvad means very, very powerful. And it is very, very difficult to control. And then he says, Tasyaham Nigraham Manye Vaireva Sudushkaram. That means, even controlling wind seems like easier to me than controlling the mind. Now, how many of you here can claim that I can control the wind? Anyone can control the wind? Not possible. Even with advanced scientific machineries, it's not possible. But Arjuna is saying that I can control maybe the wind, but I cannot control the mind. So that much powerful is the mind. So again, this is Bhagavad Gita 6.34. Now 6.35.
Sir, wind can be controlled with the fall of trees, sir.
With the fall of
Trees, sir, trees.
Trees, how?
Sir, because when they are standing, sir, they stop the wind.
No, actually, still they cannot stop the wind. They can stop kind of little part of the wind.
They can decrease the speed.
Decrease the speed of the wind, but they cannot stop the wind completely. Actually, because if we have seen a storm, when the storm comes, even the trees get uprooted, right? So it's very difficult to control the wind. And now just think of a storm and think of the mind. The mind is even more difficult to control than a storm. So someone will say, oh, it's impossible to control. But then Krishna, what does he say? Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Sri Bhagavan Uvacha
Asamsayam Mahabaho
Asramtayam Mahabaho
Mano Durnigraham Chalam
Mano Durnigraham
Durnigraham
Chalam
Chalam
Abhyasena tu Kaunteya
Abhyasena Konteya
Vairagyena cha grihyate.
Vairagyena
Jagriyate.
Yes, what is Krishna saying? See, Bhagavan Vacha. Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Asamsayam Mahabaho. Asamsayam means, Samshaya means doubt. Asamshayam, again I told you, right? Whenever you add a letter A in front of any word, it becomes a negative. So Samshayam means doubt. Asamshayam means without any doubt. Mahabaho. So Mahabaho is actually the name of Arjuna. So Arjuna is actually very, very powerful. He was so much powerful that he could have defeated. He has won many of the battles actually. So that was why Krishna is actually calling him as Mahabaho. Mano Durnigraham Chalam. Mano means again the mind. Durnigraham. Durnigraham means very, very difficult. Nigraham means to control, and Durnigraham means very difficult to control. Chalam. very powerful. Abhyasena tu kaunteya. So abhyas means practice. Kaunteya again is the name of Arjuna, the son of Kunti. Vairagyena chagriyate. So Krishna tells two ways how to control the mind. First is abhyas and second is vairagya. So abhyas means practice and vairagya means detachment. So these two things, if we develop by practicing continuously and by detachment, one can control the mind also, which is very, very difficult to control. So what is the proof that this mind can be controlled? The proof is many great sages, actually, you'll see that they go to Himalayas for this only purpose, because vairagya means they give up everything, give up the attachment to their family, their position, their money, their homes, the comforts. They give up the attachment to everything and they go on the Himalayas or in the forest and just sit and meditate, and they do practice. And there are many sages actually who have done this and they have kind of achieved perfection, but it's definitely very difficult. But yeah, it's possible. It's because Krishna is saying definitely it's possible, right? So abhyasena, by practice and by detachment. So now one question may come that so let's say the question may come, someone is practicing yoga, and okay, just give me a minute, I'm getting a call. I'll just be back. Hare Krishna. Sorry. So, what I was telling was, yes, we understood that mind is even greater than this is more difficult to control than wind. So now someone may think, okay, now I'll tell you one more story. Okay, so because it may get a little monotonous. So there was actually uh, one
Sir, your voice is not
guru.
audible.
Hare Krishna. Is it now better?
So your voice is very low.
Sir, it is. It's something.
It's a kind of metallic.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Prabhuji is kind of metallic. Yes, now it's okay.
Better?
No, sir. A bit of low. Your voice is coming low.
Prabhuji, your voice is low now, not the metallic sound.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Yeah.
Hare Ram,
Yes,
Ram
sir,
Hare.
it's better now.
Yes, sir.
Is it better? Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. So I've removed the earphones. So yeah, I will hear one story. So there was once a guru, and he had a disciple, and he came to a village actually. So he came to a village, and he met one student. So whenever, actually in earlier times, what used to happen, the sannyasis or the sannyasis were the people who used to travel from one place to another, and they used to teach the message of God. They were very, very elevated persons who had taken this service of preaching the message of God and Krishna to everyone. So they would one such person had come, and one student who went there, he requested the sannyasi that, please make me your student, please make me your disciple. uh, so for becoming a disciple also, there is some certain process that you have to follow the rules and regulations given by the teacher, and you have to kind of yes, read the scriptures and kind of preach the message of that same scriptures. So this student, that guru, actually accepted that boy, and because he was sincere, he accepted and made him his disciple. And when he was leaving, because the sannyasis never stay at one place for long time, so he maybe they stay for 2 3 days or 1 week, and then they leave. So when he was leaving, he told the student that, my dear student, my dear son, I'm going now, but I'll come back. And but so when I what you do, you stay here only, because I'm a sannyasi, I have to travel. But you are yet a brahmachari, you are not a kind of a sannyasi like me. So you stay here. And there was a banyan tree, and he said that you stay below this banyan tree, and he gave him a Bhagavad Gita, right? The Bhagavad Gita that all of you are going to get. He said, "Hey, stay, keep this Bhagavad Gita, and you read every day, and you worship Krishna. These two things you do every day." So the student agreed that yes, yes, I'll do it, and the guru went away. And then this boy, he started following the same thing. So he was every day waking up, taking bath in the river, and then coming and offering worship to the Lord, and then reading Bhagavad Gita. But then what happened? Actually, he there were some, since he was living outside, there were some mouse. There was some one mouse that he was disturbing him. So what he was doing, whenever he used to keep the Bhagavad Gita, he was kind of trying to eat the Bhagavad Gita. That is what the nature of mouse are. A mouse is that they, wherever they go, they kind of eat something or just destroy some things like that. So this boy became very disturbed. Oh, my Bhagavad Gita is eaten, then what will I read? How will I follow the regulations of my teacher? So then someone suggested him, some villagers, they suggested him that, what you do, see, the rats are actually fearful of the cats. So you keep one cat, right? And the cat will come and the rat will go away. So oh, yes, yes, nice, good idea, good idea. I'll keep a cat. So then he brought one cat, and he kept him in near that place, near the tree. And definitely the mouse went away, by the cat coming in, and there was the Bhagavad Gita was not being eaten now. So again he was happy, and he was again reading. But then he heard one sound, meow. So but he was reading, but the cat was making meow meow, right? So why was the cat making meow?
Sir, because it was hungry.
Yes, it was hungry. So if you keep a cat, you have to also feed it. So this boy said, oh, now I have to feed it. Okay, okay. So then again he was in dilemma, what to do, what not to do, where to bring something to eat. So these people suggested, oh, what you do, we have an idea. You bring one cow. When the cow will come, it will give milk. You can yourself also drink, and you can give it to the cat also to drink, and the cat will be happy. So the student said, okay, okay, yes, good idea. So then he brought one cow, and the cow came, and the cow was there standing, and the cat was now having the milk, and he was also having milk, and everything was nice. He was again reading Bhagavad Gita. But then again, he heard one another sound. Ma. Okay, like that. So what was that sound?
Sir, again the cow was hungry. He needed food.
Cow was again hungry. So and also the cow was doing a lot of gobar. So who would pick up the gobar? And he had to read his Bhagavad Gita as well. So a very difficult situation. So then what? Again he went to some villagers. The villager says, "Okay, we have one solution actually. What you do, we understand your position. So what you should do, you should marry. You should bring one girl, and what will she will do? You read Bhagavad Gita, and she will take care of the cow, and and bring the milk and feed him, right? So like that. So okay, now good. I'll have one wife, and then I'll be able to read Bhagavad Gita nicely." So then he married, and then since he was very sincere person, so someone gave him his daughter to marry. And then the wife came, and she was taking care of the cow, and the cow was giving milk, and the cat was feeding, drinking the milk, and there was no rat. And again he was happy. He was reading Bhagavad Gita. But again, one more difficulty came. What was the difficulty?
Sir, food and children.
See, if you bring a wife, can you keep her, or let's say if someone is having a family, can, they live just in below a tree?
No.
No, sir. They need space.
So they need a house to live, you know. So see, generally what happens is boys are little kind of, I see, no, I'm not doing any partiality, but generally boys can live, in very difficult situation. But when you talk about a woman, she should be very much taken care of, you know. So she cannot be living below a tree. So she should be given a nice place to live. So someone suggested that now you build a house, build a house, and then you will be, so your wife will be also taken care of, and that is actually responsibility also. No one should marry in a way that he cannot take care of his spouse. uh, so then what happened, he built a house, and then the wife was happy, and she was taking care of the cows, and the cow was giving milk, and the cat was feeding on the milk, and then there was no mouse, and then he was, there was no difficulty to the Bhagavad Gita. But there was only one problem now. What was that problem? Anyone can tell?
Sir, children.
No, that is not a problem.
Sir,
problem?
Food. Sir, his guru hasn't come.
Yeah, he had to work also, na? He had to go to work. So where will the food come? They have to also eat. So he has to also take care of the needs of the family house. He has to bring some utensils for cooking and those things. So he had to work also. But so the problem was that he had everything, but he did not have the time to read Bhagavad Gita only, right? So you know so then his guru actually came, and he saw his situation. And then when he came to that same place, he saw that actually, where is my student? I had a student who was living in below the tree, but now I see that there is a house within the student, within below the tree, and there is, a family living there. But where is my student? They are looking here and there. So that same person, he came in front of Guru and said that, "My dear Guru, you don't recognize me. I'm your student." And and the teacher said, "Oh, what has happened? I have told you to read Bhagavad Gita, and what are you doing?" So he said that, "My dear Guru, this is, here is my Bhagavad Gita. Here is his Gita, and this is my Gita Samsara." Right? So why I told you this story, actually, so I'll tell you the reason behind or the lesson that we have to learn from this story. Okay, anyone can tell what wrong, what is the wrong thing that he did? Okay,
So
was
that
it?
to buy a cat, buy a cow, and build a house and marry a woman.
So is it wrong to build a house? Is it?
Sir, it is right, but after reading the Bhagavad Gita, he should do that.
One by one.
Sir,
One will hear.
Sir, actually, he should do after the reading the Bhagavad Gita, and
Yes.
he should ignore the villagers, and he has to keep the Bhagavad Gita in his pocket only, that big carry bag type.
Okay, one solution we got. Okay, there can be multiple reasons, multiple solutions. Okay. Okay, someone else was saying. Okay, one by one we'll hear. Yes, Vihan.
Prabhuji, he bought a pet like cat and then married without asking his guru.
Okay, we should have asked his guru proper guidance. Okay, that is also one lesson that we can learn. Yes, Asta.
Sir, what he should have done is first of all ask his guru before all of these things, and second, he should have his mind control and should have controlled his mind so that he could not get disturbed by the mouse. He should have kept the Bhagavad Gita in a different place and should have ignored the mouse and be more focused.
Okay. Yes, I think that's also correct. So there are many lessons, as I said. Yes, Bhumi.
Sir, he should have been using his mind, and then he should have not been kept a pet. So because because the pet will be feeling hungry and like that, he shouldn't have been very disturbed. And sir, he should have been reading it peacefully and not listening to this villagers what they said.
Okay, we should have not heard from these villagers. Yes, I.
Sir, instead of buying a cat to get rid of the mouse, he should have gone to some other place to read that Bhagavad Gita. Sir.
Okay. Yes, lot of.
But sir, what Sai said, his guru will be searching for that. His guru said that sit here, I will come after a few days.
Okay. He could have gone to some other place and told the villagers that okay, when Guru come, he to tell them that I'm there.
He could have informed someone and went to some place. Sir.
Yeah, because his Guru did not tell that you sit here only. He said that he should sit and read Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is also important. It's not like that just to sit there. Okay. Yes, Kartike.
Sir, he should have not married because people who take up the challenges like he did are not married mostly, like other people who do bhakti like Babas and other people.
Okay, so you should not have married. So once you marry, you cannot do bhakti. Is it that the conclusion?
No, sir, he can always do renounce. No, sir, I didn't mean that. That there would be more responsibilities to come.
There are more responsibilities to come. Okay, all of you are correct. All of your points are valid. But why I really told this story was, some of you already mentioned it, but I'll again reconcile. So, first mistake that he did was that he listened to villagers. So that is also the same. See, the story may look like very plain that yes, he should not have learned to villages, but we also do the same things many times. If you look at our lives, we also many times we hear people who are around us who are not we know that who will not guide us in the correct right path. Nowadays, tell me, how many people, if you ask them that should I read Bhagavad Gita, how many of them will suggest you? If you ask them, should I go to, let's say, attend maybe some kind of priority based question is asked, that should you read Bhagavad Gita, should you understand Bhagavad Gita, how many of people will appreciate you?
Sir, 1 in 10,000.
Very few. And even when we run courses, how many people actually register? Very, out of actually so many students, how many children are there in the country? Millions of children are there. If I tell you the number, it's close to billion, right? This is a number of youths or teens in the country. But how many of you are here today? Or how many of the children actually go to temples to learn this knowledge? So we should not, first of all, hear to people who are around us, who we know that they will not guide us on the right path. So that is why we should take guidance from some bona fide people, someone whom we know that they are, first of all, they should be selfless, that they do not have any self-interest. Second, they should be our well-wisher. That means they should well wish for us. These people we can take guidance, not anyone else, right? So that was the first mistake. Second mistake he did was he did not plan properly. See, having a pet, having a cow, having a house, having a, marrying, these are all not bad things, but if whenever we do such things, one should plan properly. One should take care of, the priorities that one has, in his life. Just like when, for example, if I tell you, when, let's say, you have your right now vacations and you have your homeworks as well, right? You must have received some. You didn't receive some winter homeworks? You have received some of your
Yes, sir.
right? Generally, that is the tradition, that homeworks
No,
are...
sir, I didn't receive any.
Okay. You are lucky, seems like. Lucky or unlucky, I don't know. Because having homework is also good, because you get engaged in positive things rather than just, sometimes we waste our time as well. So be careful about that. So, yeah. We should plan. So just like when you have vacations, whenever wherever, let's say you go to some holiday destination, you go to some grandfather's house, you go to your village, but you plan for your homeworks, that okay, I'll do homeworks before, I'll do homework after coming, or I'll take my homework with me and do there, isn't it? You plan like that. So similarly, when he was taking decisions, he should have planned that what is the priority of my life. So first of all, the priority should be fixed, right? What is the priority? Is the priority that I want to, uh, you know, just like all of you right now, what is the priority? Anyone knows?
To listen to this class.
Okay, but in your life, what is your priority?
To study, get good marks, and get a very good profession.
Okay, have a
To
good
get a good job and be a knowledgeable person.
Okay, have a good acquire knowledge properly, and get into a good profession, make a good career. That is your target. So whenever you plan something, you should have this priority in your mind. Let's say you are going, you are learning some new hobbies. You should have this practice in mind. Let's say you are playing something, going maybe so whatever daily, in a whole everyday schedule, you should have this priority. That's, yes, study is my priority, I should study and become good in my get a good, first of all, get good marks, and then get into a good college, and then I have a good career. So that is a priority. And also one priority we can have is to learn and understand this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, you know, because when we are learning this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, which includes Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam and other such scriptures, we'll see that you will be more concentrated and more focused on your whatever you do. So this is also one priority we can have. When we plan for some things, we should also always have these priorities in our mind, right? That was the second mistake that the boy did, that he was not planned, has not planned properly, right? And see, as some of you said that he should have not married. So no, that's not the problem here. Many people marry and many people uh, perform devotional service. For example, I'll give you many examples.
Sir Shiva.
Yeah, Lord Shiva, the greatest Vaishnava who is there. He has a wife, Mother Sati, and he has children, Ganeshi and Kartikeya. And not just that, he takes care of, in fact, all the bhutas and pretas. Lord Shiva is known as Bhutnath. What is the meaning of Bhutnath? That means he takes care of all the bhutas and pishachas are actually his children. So he takes care of them like their children. And what is the meaning of taking care? That means he provides them spiritual and material nourishment, whatever materially they need, as well as he tells them Bhagavatam stories. He tells them about Krishna. In that way, he nourishes them. So similarly, there are other, you may have heard about King Yudhishthir. The Pandavas, all of them were married. Yes.
Lord Shiva is the king of no, not the king. Is a god of demons also. My mother told me.
Yes. The bhutas and pisachas are actually in that yoni only, that the Rakshas yoni. So he is the lord of that as well. So there are a lot of examples: Prahlad Maharaj, Ambrish Maharaj, and then there are examples like Yudhishthir Maharaj. All of them were married. And definitely, someone who has become completely, he wants to completely use his time and energy in the service of the Lord. He chooses not to marry, then that's also good. But that is his decision. Just like, for example, uh, uh, examples like this great sages like Vasishta Muni, and then Vishwamitra Muni, and then all of these great sages, Bhishma, Pitama Bhishma, all of them did not marry, but they were great devotees of Krishna. So that is why actually it doesn't matter whether you're married or not unmarried. What matters is how much devotion, how much Krishna consciousness you develop for yourself, right? So yes, we have covered, we have some things to cover, but we'll cover it in the next class, right? Now, any of you have any questions?
Sir, Sai told something in the group. I couldn't understand what he said. Pisacha, he said pischas.
That one, yeah, that he told about I was telling about that ghosts actually, someone told about that ghosts can be two faces in one time. So he told about that time Pishachas. Pishachas is also one of the yonis, that basically, kind of, there are many yonis, pishachas, bhutas, pretas, hobgoblins, brahma rakshasas. There are many such categories you can understand of these kind of people as well. It's not just one ghost. There are many. You want to maybe someday I'll tell you more about these. So they all of them have different characteristics, and they are there. They are not non-existent, but they are not very commonly seen. Sometimes they are seen. Okay, Shai Srinivasan said Vishwamitra had a wife named Menaka. So actually, he had a wife for a very short time, and then he renounced the family life, and then again he went for tapasya.
Yes, sir. The Kuru race also started because of him only, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, when all the sages and all of them, when they renounce and leave all their wealth, family, and homes, then what happens to their wives and children?
So they don't renounce in a premature age. They first of all take care of all their needs and then they renounce. For example, there are actually very few examples of this. For example, if you talk about Yudhishthir Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj also renounced the kingdom. You know that when Krishna left for the spiritual world, he gave the kingdom to Janmajaya. No, sorry, he gave the kingdom to Parikshit Maharaj, and then they went to renounce everything, and along with him, Draupadi also went. So there are actually different situations. Since they were all very advanced in age, and Draupadi also, it was given a choice. They did not ask Draupadi that you want to come or not. Just since everything was taken care, the yudh was the war was over and everything was peaceful, their duty was done. First of all, they finished their duty. It's not like they uh, renounced prematurely. They finished their duties for their kingdom, for their families. They took care of Draupadi. They protected her chastity, they protected her promises that she had done, and then they left, renounced everything, and Draupadi actually chose to go with them as well. So if you hear the story, she also goes with them to Himalayas to you know accept the next destination. And then there are other stories like Vishwamitra Muni. So if you read the story of Vishwamitra Muni, when he married Menaka, and they had a girl child, Shakuntala. Actually, it was not that Vishwamitra Muni just in one day he left. No, he kind of took care of for some time that and actually that marriage was different in the sense that Menaka was not of this world. Menaka was
She
actually
was a court dancer of Indra, sir.
Apsara. That means that Apsaras are actually not meant to be in this world. They come sometimes for some specific, and then again they go back. So Menka was not also meant to live. It was not that she was. There was no one to take care of her. She went back to kingdom of Indra. She again joined back her duties. So that the case of Vishwamitra was a little different when he left. But in any other cases, if you look at the story of Bharat Maharaj also, he took care of the kingdom, and then after making his son as king, then he left the kingdom. That is a general tendency. No one will, if someone renounces everything prematurely, so you have to see at their situation whether they are doing it out of frustration or they are running away from their duties. Then that is sinful. If someone is running away from your duties, and if that is their intention, actually intention has a lot of importance. If the intention is to run away from duties, then that becomes sinful, renouncing things. But if the intention is that now I want to, just like for example, you may have heard about the story of APJ Abdul Kalam. How many of you know that he did not marry? APJ Abdul Kalam never married, because he had given his life for serving his country.
Sir, he made multiple missile types like the BrahMos Akash,
Yes.
Ash, and Prithvi missile.
That was his service to this country. So
sir.
we have to understand that what is the intention. The intention is to serve, then that's acceptable. But if the intention is to run away from duties, then that's sinful. And no one should do it to run away from duties. If someone accepts family life, he should definitely take care of all his responsibilities before renouncing it. right? And once he renounces, actually, they give the care of their children and their wives under some. So let's say when the child is grown up, he can take care of the mother. So that is a general practice. Okay, Asta.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
No, sir.
All right, so we'll end it here. Okay, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Thank you everyone for joining, and Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Hare Krishna, sir. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Bye.